Here we are passing the B-29 bomber named Fifi, which was my great-grandmother's name, being carted off to the hot pad where the B-17 will be taxiing up to shortly. We're about to begin what for me is the ride of a lifetime in a B-17G bomber named Yankee Lady, maintained by the Yankee Air Museum here in Ypsilanti, Willow Run Airport, Michigan. I'd like to dedicate this video to my father, the late Jack M. Noel, who was a lieutenant in the U.S. Army Air Force in early 1940s and was a tail gunner on a B-17 bomber. And I wish he was here with me for this ride.
Here we go. Right past the F-86.
Now, as we get closer, we get an idea of just how small the Yankee Lady really is. We're going to put 12 passengers plus a pilot and co-pilot and probably a technician aboard, so we'll have about 14 to 15 people on a plane that originally carried a crew of 13. And by the way, it's going to get a lot noisier here in some of these future clips to give you an idea of where we're at with this thing. And we're going to watch them start up this engine on this B-25 Mitchell, one of only two flying, I understand. Here we are inside the Yankee Lady B-17, and you will notice the magazines supplying the machine guns, those are 50 caliber, hold only 400 rounds, which sounds like a lot, but at full rate of fire in combat they could empty those magazines in a minute of shooting the guns. And I believe there are 12 guns in all aboard the B-17G. And so you have 12 times 400, and you could run out of ammo in a hurry in combat, leaving you helpless. There's the rear end of the aircraft where my father used to sit.
We're bouncing around and we're still on the ground.
It's 1:05 p.m. and we're taking off. I've turned down the engine noise considerably. 1200 horsepower engines are deafening for this clip here. Now, can you imagine what this must have sounded like for 11 hours in the air back in the 1940s on a mission for these airplanes? This is very raw experience and very realistic, very authentic, very much what the crews of the 17s experienced themselves. We've been up in the air about 10 minutes, and you get some idea. It's work just sitting down and controlling the camera. And again, I kept thinking about spending 11 hours under those conditions. It must have been a real effort. We're about to make our bombing run on that Luftwaffe factory down there. Of course, I'm just kidding. This isn't 1942. And here I finally managed to stand up long enough to get a shot of the right wing of the B-17 and a little bit of the countryside in the background. And you can see through this very long clip how much effort it was to remain standing because the air was very unstable and turbulent. And we had the other passengers enduring the same kind of struggle for nearly half an hour. But it was actually a lot of fun. I mean, when you get really into it, you start enjoying the experience and the sights that we're seeing. And everybody behaved very well and very enjoyable companions, some war veterans, some young people. Here you see me experimenting with my zoom lens here. I even had the presence of mind to make use of that a little bit. And generally managed to stay on my feet even though it doesn't look like it from that shot right there. And everybody's kind of hanging on to things. We were told not to hang on to anything above our heads because that was where the control tables were. And someone said, well, could we help you fly the plane? And the pilot said, no thank you. And that's about it.